Good evening and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to look at PHP functions. So PHP has a lot of built-in functions, and that is where PHP derive its power from. So when we previously we look at we look for we look at something like this string length. So this is one of the functions of PHP. So PHP has over thousands of functions, built-in functions. Has over thousands. Remember when we look at the floor, when we look at square root. So in math, PHP math. So if you have not watched the video, so just go and watch it. So it is very PHP has a lot of built-in functions. I'm having a video on PHP functions in no distant time. I will make sure that all the functions are treated. Now, these are all built-in functions. So what do they do? With these functions, we can reuse the code. So that is what the function does. So if you want to reuse the code, you can put it inside the function. But at any time, you can, within the script, you can define your own function. Then use it as many times as you want. For instance, now, the functions is defined by the keyword functions. The keyword functions. Then followed by the function's name. So for instance, let me say, okay, greeting. This is my function, and this is my function name. So now anything inside this block will be executed anytime this function is called. Now, so let me say, okay, echo good evening. Good evening. So let's see what is going to happen now. So if I try to call this guy, it will not come because I have not called the function. Now, like what I told you, PHP has a lot of built-in functions. So anytime you want to use this function, any of these functions, you call it before you use it. And now, for you to call the function, you call the name of the function. This is the name of the function. Just like you call people, you call their name if you want them to answer. So immediately you call, this function will answer because this is the name. I need to give you all the code inside the function. Now, so let me call this function now. Sorry. So greeting. So this is the name of the function. So I've called the function by the name. Even though I have 200 functions, this one that I've called the name by the name will definitely give me the code inside, will answer the call. Now that is, we call it call. So you call the function or invoke the function. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use call. Now, even I have like thousands of the functions. So the one I call is the one that the code will be rendered to me. So even I have 200 of them, and now PHP will look at this. Okay, oh, I'm looking for greeting, the function with the greeting names. Okay, oh, okay, this is brother. Please kindly answer your call. Then it will now render all the code inside within this block for me. So that is how PHP function work. Now, having looked at it, okay, now I've called it. So let us load the page and see what is going to happen. So you can now see good evening because I have called the function. So let me have another function here called a function. Say add numbers, add num, then let me just echo 5 plus 5, and let's see what it's going to give us. Now, before this one could answer, I have to call. I have to call. So if I call this, let's see if it will not, it will nothing will show because um, you see, it has not given me the answer. But if I call now, add number. Okay, I think if I call this function now, so it will look for the function number one. So no, the name of this function is not a number. It will come and look for another function. You can say, oh, this is the number. Please answer your call. So it will now echo this one for me. So let us see what is going to happen now. So you can now see it has not given me 10. So if I comment this one out, comment this one out now. If I comment this one out, so you see how um, I got, it gave me 10. Now, after having seen this one now, so this is how the function work, and that is how it behaves in PHP. Now, let us look at what they call um, parameter, argument and parameter. We can pass in, instead of, for instance now, okay, let me clear this, let me comment this one out. Now, we can pass in parameter argument here. So let the pass in argument variable s, then another argument variable y. Now this is how to pass in a parameter. So argument in PHP. This is you pass in here. Now this is where I made a call. Now I am going to pass in the parameter that is corresponding to this argument. If I have one argument here, for instance, now, let me just even remove the one like this. Let me put, let me pass in the parameter now. Good evening. Good evening. Now, I've passed in the parameter because I have one argument. So the parameter must be corresponding to this argument. Now, let me echo x now. So variable x. Let me echo this variable s. Now, what you're supposed to know is this. This variable s, this argument is like a local variable. It acts like a local variable. You can only call it within the function. So this argument and the local variable are the same. Now, so that is why I could easily call this. I could easily use this one, echo this one inside the function, because they are the same. So let us go now and show you the result. You can see good evening because I pass in an argument, then pass in the parameter, then echo this argument, which is like a local. If I decided to use this x outside, it will throw an error. So let me see. Let me echo this x now. It will definitely throw an error because you cannot see, so it's undefined. Because this argument, this argument is like a local variable. So, and that is why I could access inside the function. If you have not watched the variable scope, go and watch my tutorials on variable scope. I took time to explain the variable scope in that tutorial. Now, this is how it works. For instance, if we decide to pass another y, another argument here, so the corresponding parameter must be the same. So it must be this. It must be true either. Now, so let me say, okay, good evening, sir. Then and I say, okay, because I have passed in the argument, so I now bring my concatenation. Then my second concatenation, because I'm using string, sorry, x y. Now, if you have not watched my video tutorials on string operator, see, go and watch my videos on PHP operators. I explained this this dot dot. So the dot is used to concatenate string. So that is what is happen. This is one string, but it's empty string. But this is one another string, because if you look at what is passing here is good evening. So and another one. So this is so which is a string. So if you have not watched your videos on string, go and watch it. So now that we have passed in these two parameters and we have echo it. So let's see what is going to happen. So now let's see what is going to happen. So you can now see good evening, sir. So that is how powerful. Now I can still use this one here. So let me come down here. Let me see copy this one here and come down here and still use it. So I can reuse it as many times as I want. So let me see what is going to happen. You can now see good evening, sir, good evening, sir. So two times. So you give me good evening, sir, for here. Then there's another good evening, sir. So this is how powerful is the function. The code can be used and reused. Any code inside the function is a reusable code. And that is the purpose, that is the essence of the function, so that you can be use it as many times as you want. Now, having seen this, we have seen the parameter, we have seen the argument and the parameter. Now, the next thing we're going to look at it is return value, value return, PHP value return value, or function return value, sorry. Now, for instance, now, when we dealt with floor, okay, let me remove this one. Let me just get away with this one. So now when we do with something like a string length, what do you do? So what do you do when you do something like string length? What did you do? We echo it. We echo it. We echo it. Now, but why is it that this one we don't echo it? Because the way they read, where the function was defined, when we call it, the value of that inside the function was returned as this string. It was returned as this string. So we have to echo it. It was replaced. So immediately, okay, let us look at it now. So you have understood it now. So I will explain it. You have understood it now. When we use string length, floor, we echo it. But this one, we don't echo it. We echo it inside. So what happened here is that will lead us to the string value, return value. Now, this is where the call was made. The call was made here. You make a call here. Okay, let me remove this one. Let me just remove this one. I want to remove this one now. I want to remove this one. This is the call. You made a call. Oh, function name greeting, please. I need a value from you. What do you have there? Bring it. That is exactly what happened. Now, when you make a call to this function, the function will return the value to you, the value that it has. Okay, now, so let us use this return. Now, you make a call to this function. So the function will say, okay, you called me. Okay. You are number 32, you call me. Okay, no, but I know the address. Let me return, sorry, to 21. Okay, let me return the call to you. So I have the value. I have the value inside me. I will return it. So you now return the value to these greetings. So what you are seeing here, immediately the value is returned. It's no longer the greetings again, but that value. Immediately the function the call is returned. It's no longer the value again. It's no longer this greeting again. It now becomes that value. So, and that is why we echo the value. Now, let me pass in this argument now. I'm passing this one now. Now, we return the value. This is when the call was made. Or the call was made. Oh, great. So can say, okay, this function say, I have the value. So I am returning it to you. So you now return the value to the function, to this, where the call was made. Then we now echo the value out. So that is what happened. So let me echo this one. So let me echo the function. So that is what happened now. Now you made the call. You made the call. You have the value. You have the value. Okay, get the value. So the value is here now. The value now is in place of this greeting. So I echo it out. So I hope you understand it. So you made the call to this greetings, to this function. So the function return the value to you. So I now echo the value. So you can see what is happening. That is the same thing. So you made a call to this function, then it will now return the value so to you. So we now echo the value here. So the function, the value is here. So we now echo the value. So that's exactly what happened. Now, so let's use the same thing here. I want to use variable x and then variable y. Now, look at what happened here now. So I'm not going to echo it because I'm going to return it. I told you, don't mind this x, and because this is a local variable, you can use it as long as it's not in the same function, so you can use it. So let me return this guy. Return x plus y. So let me return them. As I'm returning them now. So I have from here now, the call is made. So I have to pass in the corresponding parameter. So let's say okay, 90, then 100. So sorry, 10. Now the call was made here. You do the arithmetic. So if you add this 100, 90, so it has the value. So when the call was made, so you now say, oh, I'm calling you. It will return the 100 to this place. It will return the 100 to this place. So what do you do? If the 100 is returned, then you have to echo it. So that is exactly what happened. So let us go and echo that. Let's see. So you can now see we have 100. So if I remove this guy now, so let me let me comment this one so that you see what happened there. So you can now see we have 100. So they will return the value to this place, the value we have to where the call was made. Then we now echo it outside. That is exactly what happened, and that is what the return value all about. Now, before we go, let us look at argument by reference. Argument by reference. Now, I'm still going to have another function here. So we are passing argument by reference. We are passing argument by reference. Now let's have something like this. Add. So let me have add. So and I have something like this. I have my function ready. Now let me have x. So I'm still using x here because this is a local variable. We can pass. Okay, let me even use none. So that you understand what I'm saying. Now, if I want to pass in this by reference, I use the ampersand sign. Okay, let us then let's have our call here. So add. This is our call. We call this variable now. Now let's have a variable like number here to be equal to 10. So because we need to pass in the corresponding parameter, this is the argument. We need to pass in the corresponding parameter. Now we are going to pass this the number now. Sorry, the number. So now this place 1, this place 9 is 10. Yeah, that's okay. Let me even remove it. Let me remove it now. Okay. Let's echo. Let's okay, let's return. Let's return none. Let's return none. So let's echo this one now. See what it's going to give us. So we have 10. So let me comment this one out. Where is this one? Okay. So we see we have 10. Now, if we want to, or if we can still, if we want to change this one, we can still make it 100 like this. Let's see what it's going to give us. We have 100. Now, that is not what we want to do. We want to pass in this one by reference. So what do? We put our ampersand here. Now, So we have this one on already. I don't know if you have watched my tutorial on operators, PHP operators. Go and watch it. Now, we want to update this variable now. Let us update this variable. Let us update this variable now. So, okay, now it's okay. Variable num plus equal to, okay, okay, let's say 90. Okay, let me make this one 10. You can see this place is 10. Now, this is this variable. This is a parameter. This one is an argument. Now, this one we have already updated this one. We have already updated this variable. So this variable now is going to be updated. This one is going to update it direct. Now, what you are seeing here is 10. Okay, let me echo this. Okay, and they come. So let me echo this norm now so that you see. So let me echo this norm now so that you see. You see? Sorry. Okay. No. No. Okay, sorry. Sorry. So let me remove this one now. So let me see what happened. So let me remove, sorry, the mistake. Here you can now see this place now. You can see this variable. This variable now. We are echoing this number. You can see that this number is 10. But by reference now, it has been updated. So whenever we want to pass this one now, so this one automatically become 100. This one automatically become 100. Now, so if we decide to return now, so let us return this guy now. So let us return this guy and see what it's going to give us. So let us echo this this one now. So and let's see what it's going to give us. You see, we are getting 100 because by reference, we have passed in the argument is by reference. So the argument is we pass in here is by reference. So and what we do, we use the ampersand, then this variable, we update this variable by 90. So automatically this one, which is corresponding to this one, automatically become updated. And that's why when we echo this 100, this number, we have 100. So we can now see that by reference, we this argument. So this is what you use. You use this ampersand, then we pass in by regular. Immediately, this one will be updated. This one will be updated. Then this one will now be the value of the updated one. So if you have not watched the videos on the update, how to update using assignment and arithmetic operators, you can see go and watch my video. So that is how to pass in by reference. So if I decide to even make this one now like 200, so let's see what it's going to give us. So let's see what it's going to give us. You can actually become 210 because the reference. So this is how to pass in by reference. You use the ampersand, then you update the variable, then automatically this one will become updated. So when you, even if I echo this one now, even I echo that number now, if I echo the number, okay, if I echo the number now, it still give me the same 210. So if I echo the number now, it still give me the 210. You see, it's giving me the 210. Okay, now, so let me not echo it. Let me show you now how powerful is this, guys. So if, for instance, now I have another variable called variable n. So now, let me add this variable n plus variable n. So this is variable n. Then I now come here and pass like 200. No, let's say, okay, 50. So let's see what it's going to give us. So let's see what it's going to give us. We can now see we get 260. We get 260 because we pass in by the reference. So we pass in the value because automatically this one become 210. This number become 210. So then it will be corresponding to this one. Then plus this 50, it will become um, um, 60. So that is what the variable, the argument by reference all about. So we'll look at it. So your comment is highly welcome. So if there's anything we can do more, so you let us know. Share it, subscribe it. God bless you. Thank you.